Nation, and welcome to another episode of Love Shack. I'm your host, Big Al, Doctor of Love, and looks like I'm all alone. Rich is on vacation. He doesn't want to be bothered. He let that be known. Charles is kind of down in his back. We want to send him good well wishes. Hope he's doing better. He'll be back here next week. And also that's it. Okay. But like I said, we're going to go over the matches. And there's been one match that Rich want to make sure that we talked about, that we haven't talked about yet or added on there yet. We're going to do that. And I will make that here in a second. But before we get any further, we want to say at September 28th, NFW presents Slammin in September at the Metro Sports Center, 5820 Metro Drive here in Evansville, Indiana. Bell time is Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. We also want to thank our sponsors, Evansville Tire, Greek's Pizzeria, Jan's Fashion and Costumes, Rave Entertainment, and TJ Scrap Dealer. Again, thank you, sponsors. We also want to say ticket, ringside's $10, general admission $8, senior citizens $5, children's 5 and 12, $5, kids 4 and under, and active military are free. So it's going to be a great event. A lot of great matches, I guess you could say grudge matches. One of the matches we definitely want to talk about is Dangerous Doug Gilbert bringing in Grandmaster Sexy. Brian Christopher is going to be Dangerous Doug Gilbert's partner, going up against Tracy Smothers and NFW World Champion Johnny Richards. And I tell you what we'll do is, Linda Nelson called in, and she wanted to comment on that match. So we're going to hear from Linda on the comment about what she made about the match between Johnny Richards, Tracy, and Dangerous Doug, and Grandmaster Sexy Brian Christopher.
This is Linda Nelson, and I'd like to comment on Tracy Smothers, Johnny Richards against Doug Gilbert and Brian Christopher. And I can say right now, I think Doug Gilbert and Brian Christopher will take the match, or will win the match, because I think Johnny Richards and Tracy's all talk. And he needs to keep his daughters out of the match, because most likely they'll cheat, and it'll just be one heck of a match. But I think Doug Gilbert will win the match. See you guys at the show.
Again, Linda, thanks. Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Grandmaster Sexy Brian Christopher will overtake Tracy Smothers, NFW World Champion Johnny Richards. If y'all was there last show, it was great. The event was great. Of course, I didn't like the outcome of almost a lot of the matches, especially mine, but that's okay. What goes around comes around. So I'm down, but I'm not out. Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexy, is making his return to NFW, with Dangerous Doug Gilbert taking on Tracy Smothers, NFW World Champion Johnny Richards. Like I said, it's all taking place here at the Metro Sports Center, September 28th, when NFW presents Slammin in September. We've got a lot of great matches, and also before we go over to other matches, NFW Nation member Michael Wheeler wanted to make a comment about the last show. So I'll tell you what, I recorded our phone conversation because he wanted to record it while I was talking to him, and he wanted to play it on the Love Shack, and I told him I'd do it for him. So I'll tell you what, let's listen to Michael about his comments on last month's show and about a couple matches. Okay, on the phone with me is Michael Wheeler. How you doing, Michael?
Good. How you doing, Al?
Oh, pretty good. And the reason why I have you on here because you said you wanted to say something to the NFW Nation about last month's show. So I'm going to let you say something real quick, then I'm going to ask you about a couple matches, then I'll let you go, okay?
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and say what you want to say, my friend.
I just wanted to say last show was pretty great, and I appreciate everyone being there with me and about my grandma and everything. It really means a lot and everything. So love you, NFW Nation. Thanks for being there for me, and it really means a lot.
Okay. Yeah, she was a good one, Michael. Everybody, the whole family's in our hearts and prayers, my friend. So I tell you what, you said you wanted to talk about a certain match. Actually, a couple matches. Lady Vendetta and Miss Rachel tag teaming up, going up against Miss Dark Shadow and NFW Women's Champion Chloe. So
go ahead and tell me what you think about that match and who you think will win.
I think Chloe and Miss Dark Shadow's going to win that night. They got everything under control.
Yeah, you're a big Chloe fan, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I know. Okay, now the other match you said you want to say who wins. Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Grandmaster Sexy Brian Christopher is going to tag team take on Tracy Smothers and NFW World Champion Johnny Richards. So what do you think about that one?
I think Tracy and Johnny's going to win that night.
Okay, so you're rooting for Johnny's team and you're rooting for Chloe's team, right?
Right.
All righty. Okay, thank you, Michael, for being on here. I'll put this on the Love Shack for us. And again, everybody's in our hearts and prayers. The whole family is. And we'll see you September 28th, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Go ahead and rewind that too, okay? So we can listen to the music in a little bit. Okay, there you go. Michael Wheeler, thanking everybody for a great turnout and for keeping his family in your prayers and thoughts and hearts and prayers about his grandmother passing away. Geraldine Wilson, she's a sweetheart too. She was a great fan. So God bless the whole family. God bless a good moment. So I tell you what, we're going to talk about some matches. Again, Smothers, the sisters, I tell you what, they are something else. I don't know what to say. They're really out there. They're like a center fielder way out there. Isabel Smothers now is going to take on another Smothers, Maybelle Smothers. I don't know if it's a cousin, sister, but I guess we'll find out September 28th when Isabel Smothers takes on Maybelle Smothers in a women's match. Again, also, you know that the Lady Vendetta is wanting a rematch. She's bringing in Miss Rachel, and Miss Rachel is one tough woman. They're going to take on Miss Dark Shadow, who all got a good view of her when she kind of like made her presence known during Chloe's and Lady Vendetta's match to cost Lady Vendetta the title. And Chloe ended up retaining the title and still the women's champion. So Miss Dark Shadow, NFW Women's Champion Chloe taking on Lady Vendetta and Miss Rachel. Great match. It's going to be a great match. And then, like we said, Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Grandmaster Sexy Brian Christopher taking on none other than Tracy Smothers, known as Sellout Smothers, and NFW World Champion Johnny Richards. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be one great match. And Dangerous Doug has got revenge, and I don't blame him one bit. Him and his Louisville Slugger, I guarantee it's going to make their name well known in that night. So look forward to seeing that match. Also, we want to have the No Limits title. It's going to be a great match too. The No Limits champion Viper, who retained his title from last show. Viper, you're 2-0. Keep it up. And you're taking on a tough competitor here, ROH superstar Cliff Compton. And we all know what he can do. We've seen his last couple of matches, and he's kind of down, dirty, and he's kind of a mean dude. So I'll tell you what, that'd be a great match when Viper takes on Cliff Compton for the No Limits title. Now, the match that we want to mention that we want to talk about is what Rich wanted to say was the Coalition. And boy, I'll tell you what, I don't like to use the word hate, but when I hear that name Coalition, that word comes to my mind. But Dyron Flynn and Chad Stallings, again, thanks Chad for breaking my ribs and keep me out of commission for a few months. Of course, I don't know about the ring anymore, but again, the Coalition, Chad Stallings and Dyron Flynn will take on NFW Tag Team Champions, the new NFW Tag Team Champions, the Wrecking Crew, with the Hardcore Cowboy Scotty Wolf and Owensboro Outlaw Anthony Blaze, are gonna put their belts up against the Coalition, Chad Stallings and Dyron Flynn. So that's the new match that was added. It's going to be a great match, and I tell you what, I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to be cheering on the Wrecking Crew. I tell you what, I hope they put the whipping on the Coalition. I do. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, because if I do, I have to pray for forgiveness for my sins for what I'm thinking. So, again, the Coalition taking on the champions of the Wrecking Crew, Hardcore Cowboy Scotty Wolf and Owensboro Outlaw Anthony Blaze. And like I said, I'm rooting for the Wrecking Crew. Other members, other NFW superstars that's going to be there. NFW Tag Champ. Okay, direct crew. T-Boat will be there. The Coalition. Lieutenant Falk making his debut in NFW, so he will be there. Canadian Kid will be there. Chris Norte. Yeah. The River City Saints, and I tell you what, I like to be able to talk to the River City Saints, especially. I tell you what, Johnny Whiplash. I don't know what he was thinking coming out there, thinking he's some kind of superhero or something, but he really hurt Tempest in that match there. So hopefully I'll get a hold of them and find out what's going on. Rough Rider Roy, yeah, we owe you one, Roy. Be there. And of course, Big Al will be there. Again, we want to mention the tickets. Ringside's $10. Adults $8. Senior citizens $5. Children 5 to 12 or $5. Kids 4 and under and active military free. Again, we want to thank our sponsors: Evansville Tire, Greek's Pizzeria, Jade's Fashion Costume, Brave Entertainment, and TJ Scrap Dealer. Thank you very much. Again, September 28th, New Focus Wrestling presents Slammin' in September, 7:30 p.m. bell time at the Metro Sports Center, 5820 Metro Drive here in Evansville, Indiana. I tell you what, again, Grandmaster Sexy making his return. Looking forward to seeing Brian Christopher in the ring again. And like I said, he's teamed up with Doug Gilbert. You can't have a better tag team than that, taking on Tracy Smothers, NFW World Champion Johnny Richards. Then you got Lady Van Den and Miss Rachel going at it with Miss Dark Shadow and NFW Women's Champion Chloe. The No Limits title, Viper, the champion, will take on Cliff Compton. The Smothers sisters again. Isabel Smothers is taking on Maybelle Smothers. Like I said, sister, cousin, aunt, whatever. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. Again, plus tag titles, plus, like I said, T-Boat, Canadian Kid, Chris Norte, River City Saints, Rough Rider Roy, of course, me, I'll be there. Again, this all happens September 20th, Metro Sports Center, 5820 Metro Drive, when NFW presents Slammin' in September. So I tell you what, not much else to say. I don't want to keep y'all out here all night long. Of course, you got to get ready for September 28th. I tell you what, you're in for a treat. When you got Brian Christopher coming in with Doug Gilbert taking on Tracy and NFW champion Johnny Richards, that match there, it's going to be great. Plus the other teams, like I said, No Limits title, Miss Chloe, Miss Rachel coming in, Isabel and Maybelle. I tell you what, it don't get any crazier than that. It don't get any better than that. Every match is worth the price of admission. Just one match alone is worth the price of admission. So again, thank you. Thank you, Mama Rich, for a great Slammin' in September event coming up. Tickets $10. General admission $8. Active military, kids 4 and under free. Kids 5 to 12, and senior citizens $5. It all takes place at Metro Sports Center, Slammin' in September. So I'll tell you what, I guess that about wraps it up. So we're going to end it with here. So I just want to say, NFW Nation, please. Don't fight amongst yourself. Leave the fighting to us. All you gotta do is